Howdy y'all, it's AR Cavalier. Welcome back to my channel. And we are going to try to get one more session today. The sun's going down, but I'm feeling in the mood for a little more hostile. Where we left off is our intrepid marshals, Justin Shank and Robert Rizzo, were chasing somebody who apparently had just killed a councilman. Let's see. Yeah, who had just killed Councilman Martinez, Daryl M. Martinez. Justin managed to disarm him and throw him into the wall where he took some damage. And then Rizzo came in, deployed his taser, but it was not enough to get through the little concealed vest thingy that he's wearing. So much like the taser deployments we see today, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. This time it didn't work. The guy got up, shoved Robert into Justin, and booked down the hallway. And now they are chasing. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll give, I'm going to give this guy an overall. I'm going to give him a +1, a +1 to his role for running, and then I will give the other two. They'll get a +1 for, I guess, their dexterity. So basically, we're just going to start counting. Doing opposed rolls, basically. I was looking to see if there was some kind of particular like chase rules or something, and there's, there's all sorts of different chase rules out there that you could use. I kind of like keeping it simple. So as they're bustling through, they're running, they're moving. The bad guy, as he busts out into the hallway, and probably going to go for the stairs, although 39 floors is a long way down. All right, so that's a 9 and a 10 for him. So we'll say, I guess maybe we'll just kind of compare effect. So he's got 2 effect right now over them, and we'll give Justin the roll. 8, 9, 8, 6. 7. So he did not get a success. So that guy is kind of pulling out. Justin was trying to figure out where he's going. Of course they have to stop and they have to make sure, especially Justin, make sure that he's not bowling over these important socialites that he's, at least passively trying to schmooze and impress. All right, well, they see him, they hear some gasps of outrage as this person rushes through a group of dilettantes and kicks open the door to the stairwell and disappears behind. Let's see. Justin gonna split him up? No, that's never a good idea. Part of him wants Robert to. He's thinking about telling Robert to take the elevator down to make sure that he doesn't get out. But they're familiar with the building. Then there are a couple of entrances, and he could jump out a window, whatever. So they're just gonna keep going down. All right, our bad guy to run. 7 and an 8. Okay, so he's no effect, but he's still traveling along pretty well. An 8 and a 9. All right, so the lead went from having a +2 effect, now it's down to 1 because he had an effect of 1 on there. So it's kind of a series. I'm going to run it like a series of opposing dexterity rolls, basically. Stop! Stop! U.S. Marshals! And of course, the guy is not stopping until they get close. But Justin, while he's running out, he's going to pull out his pistol. Not going to shoot him yet. And he's going to let Robert take care of the non-lethal or less lethal option as they continue on down. Because this guy turns around, they don't know. He just slit someone's throat. He may have a freaking pistol or anything on him. And the guy starts running. He doesn't even look back. He's just going down, and he realizes that 39. He looks down 39 floors is a long way, and if he looks up and he realizes that as he's going down the stairwell, there's no cover if the cops decide they want to shoot him. So about 3 or 4 floors down, he cuts in and he rams through one of the doors into the lobby there, and Justin and Robert are in hot pursuit. Hot pursuit. All right, so here's our bad guy. All right, so nothing. So he still has one effect lead on them. Let's see how they do. Oh, 9, 10. All right, so they catch up. They bust out, and he has they come through. They catch him not too far away. They don't like catch him, but they catch him looking in the hallway, deciding which way to go. And Justin puts his firearm out and says, "Get on the ground! Get on the ground now, now, now!" And this guy is not going to get on the ground just yet. He's going to book it. He's going to try to run. Well, let's see. All right. Does he have a weapon besides that knife that he used? He was there to. I'm pretty sure he was there to take care of the guy. He did not take care of. I mean, like curtains. Not take care of in the friendly hospital type way. I guess depending on what hospital you go to. But he was he's equipped. He slashed the dude's throat. So I'm going to say on a 4, 5, or 6 that he does have a firearm. Okay, so 5. He does have a firearm, and let's see. Kind of make an intelligence roll for him because he's going to be trying to draw from the drop if he goes for it with Justin already aimed at him. So is he smart? Is he a smart feller? 7. Okay, I'm going to say he's smart enough. He's going to keep running in hopes that Justin's not going to shoot him in the back since he's a cop. But this bad guy, Rollo Tomasi, or whatever his name eventually turns out to be, is willing to shoot the cops to get away. He killed a city councilman, which in and of itself, city councilman, but this councilman obviously has some kind of connection, some kind of contact that makes him a lot more important than he seems. So that's going to be part of the mystery. And then who actually wanted him off, that's going to be another part. So he's going to try, he's going to run. Let's see if he manages to get around a corner or something. 6, 7. Justin doesn't really feel like shooting, so when he sees that guy take off, he's gonna come on, and they're gonna head out after. They're gonna chase. Okay, 8, 9. So the guy he runs, and he realizes that he's in a dead end. about the same time that Justin and Robert realize, and he kind of comes up short, comes to a stop. And I think at this point, he's going to try to go for it. And Justin's screaming, "Get down, get down. Don't go for it. Don't reach for it." It's going to be short range. They did catch up with him, and he got himself in a there. But he's going to go for it. He's got to take the shot. He's got to take the shot. Let's see. I'm gonna say that they don't want to get that they were not so close that they would be point blank range necessarily, or would they? No, usually if they're drawn down, they want to keep a little bit of distance. But he has no choice. Justin's going to shoot, and say they're in short range, pistol range, so Robert's going to go ahead and try to shoot as well. All right. What is your combat there, Birdie? All right, gun combat 1 with a +1 dexterity. The guy's in the open otherwise, so +2. 6, 7, 8. All right, so he just barely makes it. I said this guy has a concealed vest, so it's 4 points of protection. As Justin just stops and he tries to get that single shot in, doing 2 dice damage. Now this guy he's already hurt, but you know what I think that because this guy already took his initial hits to his endurance, so I think he'd be able to assign it somewhere else. Okay, and so we've got, let's see, he's using a Red Hawk 5, which gives him a, what's that damage? I really should. Auto Red Hawk 5 is 2d6 +1. His effect was right at 0, so no bonus. 2d6 +1. 5. Yikes. All right, so that guy's just going to take it off of his strength. And he gets the shot, and it's right there, but the guy's concealed vest stops it. Now Robert's gonna he's gonna deploy his taser, zap, and he's got a gun combat of 1. I believe that's correct. Yeah, that's. Whoops, I may have. Did I get them mixed up? No, okay. Oh, okay. So he's got 10 and 11. So he got a good zap in there. Let's see. So our Williams Model 9 Zapper. That's going to. All right, so the way it works, hit by stun gun, makes an average endurance roll with a DM penalty equal to the damage rolled. So it's 2d6. Now it was an 8 to hit, he got an 11, so 2d6 +3, and then -4. 2d6 +3. All right, so that's what the armor stops. It again, it pings in, and his armor, the little nodes dig into his armor, and that stops a lot of the conductivity. But because he had an effect of 3, he has to make an average endurance roll with a DM penalty equal to damage rolled. So it's going to be 3. All right. And I guess I'll give him his +1 for this too. All right, so he did not make it. So the taser deploys and oh, whoops, I forgot. I should have. Oh no, never mind. On the first time, it just didn't get through his armor. All right, so it failed. The target is unconscious for 1d6 minutes. All right. So the bullet hits the chest, and as the guy is drawing, the taser deploys and zaps him, and he rides the lightning, and he tenses up. His gun goes off as his fingers clench and twitch, and he falls to the ground. That would have been an interesting. Well, most fights are interesting if you use like the simultaneous initiative. Then everyone gets their shot in. But I mean, he was not ready from the draw. He goes down, and the two marshals immediately go handcuff him, secure his pistol, and call it in. This was not exactly how he had really wanted this to go down. So he's down a couple floors. Let's see, he doesn't really want anyone to be going up there, but he doesn't want to leave Rizzo by himself. But he can't leave the prisoner unsecured. Oh, you know what? There's probably going to be a security for the building, since we know that they had security already, at least down on the floor. So, Rizzo, get one of those hotel goons up here to help guard the body with you. Stay here. I'm going back up. And he hits the elevator. And actually, as the elevator opens up, there are a couple of the I don't guess it's a hotel, it's a high rise, but it's kind of a fancy high rise. The 2 hotel employees come out, and they're looking around, seeing what's going on. Justin tells them, stay here, secure that body. And then he gets on and he heads up. By the time he gets back to floor 39, there are people screaming and muttering, and he can tell that somebody stuck their head in, and they saw as he walks in, there are people. There's one of the ladies with the martinis and the cigarette. Oh my gosh, it's so terrible. And Justin walks in, and he was like, all right, everyone, out. Nobody leaves. This is a murder crime scene. And he's already called in, trying to get local police. And he tells the hotel staff to secure the building, lock the building down, and then all the law enforcement fireworks start. Everything's locked down. Now they've got the NYPD coming in. And he only has a couple of minutes. He realizes as he's shooing these people out, he's only got a couple of minutes. He's going to try to look for clues, because he knows that once the NYPD gets involved, they're going to turn into the usual assholes they are when it comes to dealing with the marshals, except for a few of them. And then they're going to get into a big pissing contest, especially since this Martinez guy was a city councilman. So he shoots them out. He's like, yes, he was murdered. Come on, out. This is a crime scene. No one leave the room, but no one leave the floor. No one leave the suite, but out of the room. And the woman says, oh, it's a shame that you weren't able to stop this from happening if you're some kind of policeman. It had already happened. Oh, did you catch him? Yes, we've got him. but I need you to get out now. Oh, well, very good. Very good. We'll find justice for poor. And then he shuts the door as she's still yammering on. All right. So we're going to give a, let's see, I'm going to give an investigation. Let him make an investigation roll to see if he finds anything helpful, because there may not even be anything there helpful to find. But that guy was obviously looking for something. What was he looking for? You know what I think he was looking for? He was looking for whatever's on this oracle here in the in the troubleshooting, the mission item. There we go. Okay, there's events. Where's that? All right, mission item. 9. Valuable alien life form in a stasis tube. What? All right, so that's what that other guy was probably looking for. And if this Martinez, that sounds like a pretty good tie-in for an inciting incident. He has some kind of alien life form in a stasis tube. Is that an alien stasis tube? Do hostile people have stasis? Like, as in time doesn't move? Or is it alien technology? Or is it just talking about like a hypersleep? I don't know. But it's in a tube, and it's something that they were looking for. Does he have it on him? Let's see. I'm not sure if he was trying to sell it or what. He probably would have it close. But he'd probably also be kind of nervous about having it around. So around here, so I'm going to say on 1 through 4, he's going to have something like maybe a key, to some kind of locker or some kind of vault, private vault type thing. And a 5 or 6, he may actually have it there. Okay, so as he's doing a quick pat down, he's looking around the office, and what he finds is he finds that there's a small secret compartment in the desk. He opens it up, just kind of poking around, peeking around, and it's empty. Then he starts to look around, and he's following what looks like not necessarily a fight, but there's a glass tipped over here, and a chair that looks like it's been kind of knocked up against the wall, like maybe they were arguing. And then he starts searching because he doesn't really want to get himself covered with blood, because that's going to incriminate him. And if he had seen, let's see, if he had seen, or if they had both seen the item come out of the little secret compartment, then that would lead probably to the idea that probably that it was empty. Maybe this guy knew that that compartment was empty, because if he had killed him, he wouldn't really been searching for that thing. So he was searching for something. He was expecting that thing, that this tube that they're looking for. He was expecting it to be in that little safe through some kind of intelligence or other skullduggery, but it wasn't there. And when this all happened, um, the councilman refused to tell him what he knew. like he's being double crossed. So I wasn't going to tell him. And then this guy just got he lost his cool, slashed the throat, and then started looking for the either the tube or the card, and then that's when, like a key. So that's when it came in, or that's when they came in. So as he's patting things down, trying again desperately not to get himself all covered in blood, and um, he finds this tube. He finds the guy's wallet. He finds a couple data cards, his little ID card that they plug in, that grants him access to the state buildings and everything. But then he finds this tube, and uh, it's very it's very strange. He's looking at it, um, and really he can't tell what it is. He doesn't have an idea what it is. So he's looking at it, but it looks so strange, and it looks about the size of that little nook that was in the desk. And on it, he finds there's a little biohazard marker, like sticker on the lid, and he's like, well, shit. But does he want to take it? He probably doesn't want to be putting something that's like a little biohazard in there. So this was not really what they had come to do. They'd come to get the congressman for selling data, but now he's found this thing here. Um, all right, so his personality is he's cautious, so he's not going to go trying to wander off with some strange thing that says it's a biochemical. In fact, he probably is going to be concerned that maybe he's contaminated. Of course, if he's contaminated and everyone's contaminated, oh, so um, he's hoping that the tube is working. So, um, but he's going to take a close look at it to see if there's any other kind of markings on it, because he knows as soon as the NYPD show up, they're going to secure everything down. Probably going to strip him naked and spray him off in some kind of decontamination thing, which he's not necessarily against, given the the situation. Let's see. I'm going to use one of my little cards here, just because I like to mix it up. I'm going to say there's an even chance that there are some other kind of markings, something that he can remember or jot down, um, to help identify, because he has no idea what it is, what this strange life form is. It does look kind of like some kind of little critter, but it's in a stasis tube, and his eye doesn't easily recognize it. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to say it's an even shot that there's some other kind of markings on here. Even. Oops. No. All right. So there's no other markings, and that makes sense too. If it is some kind of contraband, no one's going to put property of you know Marshall Dillon Incorporated or whatever. Um, but he has a feeling that's what this is about. He's not going to take it though. He's going to go straight route. So he's going to set it aside. Because he logically he would assume that this councilman was not handling something that was going to be open and kill everybody, but you never know. And of course, the NYPD, they show up. They are also very cautious about the status of the people in the party. So they come in, and their guns are not drawn or anything. Local detective that's in charge of the case, Gary London. Let me just drop that in my campaign notes real quick. All right. He comes in and he says, so that's the guy down four floors that you're partners with? That's the guy who did this?" "Yep, that's right. I'm sure there's probably cameras up in here." "Well, the congressman didn't like having cameras in his place that could be subpoenaed against him, if you know what I mean. It's not the first time we've had contact with Mr. Martinez." And then he points out the little contamination thing, and he says, I don't know what that is, but it has a very stern looking sticker on it. It looks like a biohazard type sticker." "Well, shit." Uh, all right, well, we've got to do it. "All right, get the sniffers up here," he yells out there. "Just stay there." All right. They've come loggerheads on a couple times, but um, their relationship is not terrible. So we cut down as they're waiting for that, and of course it turns into a big, huge thing because this thing is, if it is a biohazard, then they've got to scan the whole building. They've got to make sure that there's not some kind of contamination, and uh, but does maybe Detective London, maybe he knows a little something about this, and maybe he kind of scurries off with it. Let's say a 5 or a 6. 5 or a 6. Nope. All right. And so the rest of the night is nothing but a procedural nightmare. NYPD hazmat group is up there, uh, cleaning, spraying. They're in their full suits and they're spraying decontaminant. They've got the sniffer going on, and as this is all going, they're keeping people where they're at so that no one spreads. And uh, while they're up there doing that, they're also, they're going to have to work their way through the whole building, kind of sniffing everything. So it's a big, huge thing. It's all over the news. There's no way to hide it. And of course, the chief deputy, Justin Shank, is there in the forefront because the NYPD is kind of, every time they're mentioning, everyone's asking, what's up with why are the bios hazmat teams out? Detect Chief, uh, the Chief Justin Shank of the U.S. Marshals was running an investigation and came across, and then they keep so that they don't get the blame. And hours later, after they've done everything, they've gone through the hazmat team, they've done all this stuff. As they're waiting, he does not get to see Robert this whole time. They've got him set somewhere else. But I'm thinking that might be a good time to use one of these oracles for a character. Let's see. It's been a little while. Where's that? Character interactions. Here we go. All right, so they've just met, so they don't really have a relationship just yet. But he's he's going to have a reaction because he tased somebody. So now, so on the one hand, he kind of feels like, he's out and about and he's done his, you know, he got to draw a weapon and he tased that guy and he's the one that brought him down. So, he's kind of feeling euphoric about that. But then on the other hand, he's not used to getting all this attention. He's out there and he can't see the senior guy who's supposed to be showing him the ropes. They can't talk because they're separated for the decontamination efforts. And he knows, he even being a young guy, he knows that it has turned into a huge cluster. There's a bunch of wealthy, important people, and they are getting decontaminated. And he knows that the chief is going to chew their asses out over this whole incident. But at least they got the guy. So, or did they? All right, so let's give him. So he's going to do a reaction roll, and let's see what it is. It is a. We'll set our reaction at because it's. I'll set the reaction at 7, and that's going to be let's see what he makes. Give him an intelligence bonus. I think he has an intel bonus. Yeah. So he has an intel bonus of +1. Does he have a bad reaction? 7, 8. Nope. So he does get stressed, and when they finally are able to meet, he is happy to see. He's happy to see the guy. The guy. He's happy to see his partner, Justin. And Justin rings out his ear and kind of with his pinky cleans his ear out, kind of smirks at the kid. Well, you feeling all you feeling clean now? I guess we're both a little wet behind the ears. All right, well, you know what's next, right? Yeah, this is where the chief chews our ass out. You're smart. You may have a future here. All right, let's go. I assume NYPD took the attacker. Yeah, I tried to get as much information as I could, but he was out. He wasn't talking to anybody. I'll be honest. They said they had jurisdiction, and I didn't know about that. I didn't know enough to try to push back. That's all right. It's always a big pissing contest when it comes to those guys. But the chief will have contacts, and the chief will clear all that stuff out. We were just there to arrest the stiff upstairs. That didn't happen. So, well, maybe it's the last time we'll have to worry about it. And then tomorrow we'll go back to normal. So they get back and to the marshal's office. And of course, things are not going to be normal. What's her name? Dana Jones. So they hop in, they walk in, and Jones is sitting at her desk, obviously having been sleeping because, like I said, it's probably about. This took several hours. They went there at 7, so it's probably midnight, 1 a.m. by this point, and she's in a little disheveled. She's not quite in curlers in a bathrobe or anything, but she's a little less than her normal professional business attire self. And they walk in, and she looks up. What was that, Justin? And Justin starts to try to explain before he can. She just jumps in, and he said, and she's, what? Why did you even touch that? Why did you even touch that? Her throat was a little sore from having to be up late. Yeah, that's it. Why did you touch that? Why did you even go searching through him, through his pockets? Look, I was just trying to see what that other guy was looking for, you know? I mean, maybe there was some kind of clue. You know how the PD bozos are. They find something that they should give to us that would help us out. They're not going to help us out. I was just trying to find it, see if there was something useful. Well, you found something. Do you know how high this has gone? This has gone up to the Joint Chief of Staff. All right. I had the Vice President of the United States chewing my ass. This is not some small thing, Justin. And Robert gulps. He's like, Vice President? Yes, the Vice President. After everyone above me put me on hold and conferenced me to tell me that I was going to get chewed out by the guy above him. So I've had my ass chewed out about 10 times already, going all the way up. And so now it's your turn, Justin. Hey, look, just because you got your ass chewed out doesn't mean you have to chew mine out, right? Which is, of course, wrong. So she proceeds to chew him out, not even knowing what's going on. She's just giving him your typical, I got chewed out, so you're getting chewed out treatment. And then she finally, after about 20 minutes, gives them a chance to talk to her. Little post-production note. Lost my sound for like the last 2 minutes, which had some important stuff in there. So they finally get their chance to explain their side of things. And she listens, and every time the story, especially when the kid who's not used to dealing with her yet, Rizzo, tries to explain and make, not excuses, but, justify the things that were done, yeah, come on. All right, okay, yeah, I got it. So they retell. She lights up another smoke. All right, well, it's going to be a long night for all of us. All right, you guys go type up your reports. I'm going to be typing up my reports. Now, Rizzo, bring me some coffee, please. A lot of it. Very, very black, okay? And look, we're probably all going to be here until start of day shift, until the sun comes up, because I guarantee this damn phone is going to keep ringing all night long, and somebody else is going to want another report. Anyway, it's going to be a long night, all right? See what I tell you. Yes, Dana. Well, that's just grand, isn't it? How the hell did it happen? How did that even happen? No, don't give me a bunch of crap, because I know exactly what you guys did. You walked in there and you said, we're the boss. Yeah, right. Okay. But still, what happened? How did it happen? No, we didn't take any samples. She looks over at them. You guys didn't take that biohazard thing, did you? And Shank's like, no, I thought it was some kind of biohazard. Of course I didn't take it. No, we don't have it. We turned it in. We left it with your guys. Oh, let me guess. They lost it too? All right, yeah. Look, I'm sorry, all right? It's freaking late, okay? All right, well, just let me know. And if we find anything, we'll let you know too. Yeah. Click. And after a long draw, she looks Shank in the eyes, and he knows that's he knows that there's something wrong because she doesn't generally lock eyes with people unless it's very, very serious. That perp that off the councilman, someone blew his head off in custody. And of course, the little doodad is gone too. Well, it's not going to get any prettier. All right, guys. When she crushes out her cigarette, be quick with that coffee, eh, Rizzo? Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Do your reports. So they walk out, and Rizzo looks kind of wide eyed up at Shank. Killed him in custody. They can get to someone in custody. They could get to anybody. Shank gives him a side eye and a world weary nod. Yep, that's true, kid. It's days like these that make it hard not to smoke again. Anyway, just keep your head on a swivel, all right? This ain't over. Not by a long shot. Hey, why don't you bring me some coffee too, if you would? All right, kid. I'm not a kid. All right, all right, all right. So he grins and he goes, sits down, turns on his terminal. Clack, 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 clack. And we'll call it there. Thanks for joining. We'll see what the fallout is of this next time. Happy gaming.